Hello, greetings. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a really good day. I hope everything is going well. For I had a difficult morning, facing some challenges. Spirit says everything will be fine, but I may have to face the idea that the possibility that that will lose all my painting, all my belonging, and be out on the streets like with no money or anything. But maybe this is what if that's what God wants, and then once you lose everything, you have nothing to lose, and you find no freedom. So hopefully something will happen. For I have turned every stone. I have knocked on every door. Nothing has happened. So I'm surrendering to this, to the possibility of a miracle that will come before the end of this confinement. And yet, what we need to deal with is the energy of our own life. The energies of lives of others is not really our business. What we have to take care is the alignment with our own inner self in order to find this empowerment. And so this is really what we seek. For the highest wisdom for us today is the paradigm shift. We're really shifting. The whole society is shifting. At the end of this crisis, the people will be aware, and there may be some great deal of transformation that will be asked of the government, because there has been a lot of unconstitutional we kind of put away the constitution in order to move into this authoritarian totalitarian state of government. But the power is in the hands of the people. So eventually we're going to free ourselves for this from that. What we need to understand is achievement. We need to achieve the completion of our own cycle. What we need to do is destiny, is aligning to our own destiny, to trust as much as possible, whatever that is. For destiny, for me, is the highest, is freedom, is the highest potential of fulfillment, and the outcome is the effort. It's producing the right effort that needs to be produced in order to, sometimes it's just the effort of letting go, and sometimes it's not easy, because the mental body, the ego, believes it knows better than God. For it is the ego self that's always wounded. It's never the soul, or never the spirit. For soul and spirit are always in the state of total expansion, total bliss, total integration. So it's about integrating those ideas. I wanted to give a little technique that is useful when you're facing the sun. I forgot to say that in my yesterday video. Is for about a minute to put your hand towards the sun. And you'll see that you'll find that there's a very powerful energy that enters your hand, and your hand feels warm, and the etheric crystals inside the hand are being charged with energy. It is a very powerful way to integrate the light of the sun. When we access some very high frequency energy, sometimes we can be sleepy. It is natural. It is we have to it is because sometimes our own frequency, our physical body is not aligned with this higher frequency. So sometimes when we integrate some higher frequency, we need to rest and integrate. It is important to sometimes to let go of the mind in order to go into the heart and feel the love. But it's also important to bring our consciousness down between our second and third chakra, into the solar plexus and the sacral chakra, in order to feel really anchored in our belly, in order to bring this light and this abundance, and to let this energy fill our own energetic field, in order to feel this anchoring into the earth. Yesterday was the Earth Day. Earth Day for Earth we should treat our planet well. There's a great deal of awareness that is coming into the world in relationship to the necessity to take care of our environment, and yet we lost a lot of that knowledge. The Aboriginal and what we call the primitive people had far more connection to the earth. They were more in the life was very ceremonial. They were really into the balance of energy. And we live in a society that's been where our immune system has been greatly weakened because of electromagnetic field, because of processed food, chemical, pesticides, and all the pharmaceutical. For I do believe the vaccines that they're going to try to bring into the world will be far more dangerous than any sorts of illness, because there's a genocidal program behind that, and they want to. But I think this will not. Hopefully they will not come to pass. They will not be able to carry out those very dark. Program there will be coming situations where all those in powers will be shown that their power is an illusion. For the earth and the universe is far more powerful than humanity, and or those who are pulling the strings to control this planet. And so So we have to be prepared for it's like right now this little virus is like creating a lot of transformation or in the world, but there may be a computer virus that comes and turn off all the electricity in the world. There will be like the dark age, the middle age. If that would happen, everything's very vulnerable. For I hope not. Knock on wood. I hope this will not happen. But there's all kinds of things that can happen. If there would be a solar flare that eliminate all the data of all the computers, all the bank accounts. It's like poof, blank, and everybody. So that could really that would create maybe too much of a shock. I don't know. It's all orchestrated from on high, so we have to surrender to whatever is going on and trust that that we are guided, we are protected, and no matter what happens, it is part of the past, and we want to eliminate some of the illusions as well. We all have. Limited perception. Sorry, I'm being shaken up today, so my message may not be as optimistic as it used to. Yes, I'm trying to still remain very optimistic. And so I'm going to pull a few cards with the Akash to see what. So the past is the Amérindian. It is very much connected to this. This connection to nature, the power of the circle. The Amérindians were living in a ceremonial way, and they were they lost, even now they used to know that whenever they needed rain, they just had to do a special chant and invoke the power, and then the rain would come. It's like they were completely integrated within the natural. They were part of the planet, and now humanity has. But we are becoming aware of our connection to the planet, and we're going to return to this. We're going to discover new power that will allow us to be more integrated within this life. The situation we are now is figure of authority. We have to let go of other authority in order to listen to our own to become an authority on ourselves, to become an authority to think for ourselves. For a lot of people, the education we get in school is not designed for children to think for themselves. It is about to comply with some beliefs and knowledge. But this will change, for we are becoming aware. Humanity is awakening, and so no matter what you do, you're doing your part in the process. Just take care of yourself. Your own inner, to deal with our own inner energy is far more important than whatever we do in the world. When what is coming up next is in the future is kind of optimistic. It's about love life, unless if you confine with the love of your life, then it is joy and bliss right now. For there is no obstruction and no distraction in relationship to spend time together. But if not, there is possibility for this great love that can unfold, and so that's about bringing hope to the future. What we're working on now is love that is not shared. It's like love needs to be. It is teaching us unconditional love. If love is unconditional, it does not need to be shared. And yet, if we continue to give love, we'll finish by attracting the person that we need to attract. And what we're working on also, and once we go beyond the frustration maybe of not having. Personally, I've had many successful relationships, but I've had a lot of failing in romantic level in this life. But eventually you heal and you move forward. Is the mother. It's connecting to the mother. It's connecting to the receptive, the nurturing, the receptive side of life, to connect to our Mother Earth, to the great mother of the universe. And the future is the galactic, is the fifth dimension, is the freedom, is the opening to all those higher planes. So it is all, we have to trust that is everything that is happening, both within and without, is orchestrated by an intelligence that transcends anything we can actually understand, and to trust and surrender and create this trust in the process. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I also wanted to say, because is that we are defined in truth. We are not the sum of our possession, like most people think they are what they possess, but it is our value that makes us who we are. And yet when I hear some billionaires that says well, money, you don't need money to be happy, money is meaningless when you're a billionaire, it's easy to say that. It's like the Vatican that says, well, you have to create a vow of poverty, but they're sitting on toilets of solid gold, and it's like so it's like there are a lot of double standards in the world. So it's about finding out what is your value, what is you need, and asking the universe so we can receive what we need from the universe. It requires patience and trust, and sometimes for all our buttons are being pushed, all our fears are being activated right now. And so it is about breathing and elevating ourselves above the situation. For Spirit asked me to come. I wasn't going to come and talk today because I was so shaken up, but I feel Spirit says to come. And so I hope this message was still interesting to hear. And I hope very soon we're going to be able to work into hopefully, this cooperative component, and we're gonna work together. And some very happy, much happier times are ahead, let's say. At least we need to hope and trust that as much as possible. This is a portrait that I'm doing, the series of portraits of the Master of Art. This is about Paul Klee, and there is this astrology behind. I think it's quite finished. And this is an older painting. It's about it's an older painting. I did it in Denver, Colorado. It's about the ascension process. We come from a planet, a physical planet we call Earth, or Gaia, or Urantia, from a celestial point of view. And in our systems, there are 619 planets. Eventually, the systems are meant to have 1,000 planets. Our own system is evolving. And this first administrative center is called Jerusalem, and this the system of world. Once we graduate from there, we move into the constellation center, then we move into the local universe center, then we graduate from Morantia life, and we move into pre-spirit life in the minor sector, in the major sector. Then we'll have to come and visit to incarnate on all 10 sectors of the super universe, and we'll move into the spiritual university of Uversa, the central sphere of our super universe. And then once we graduate from there, we'll be launched into the central universe of eternity, and will eventually emerge as an eternal being on paradise. And so once we decide to choose that life is eternal, to choose the trust and faith that life will be eternal, it is as if we already attained that. From a paradise standpoint, cause and effect are one. So sometimes it is kind of disconcerting, because Spirit already sees the outcome, the final outcome of things, but we are feel like we're locked into a time cells where it's like it's not totally we cannot totally feel the total freedom of that liberation. And so we have to be patient and perseverance, and be kind to ourselves as much as possible, and be kind to others. I'm going to sing a song that talks about the ephemeral aspect of life. It's called Dust in the Wind. It goes like this. I close my eyes only for a moment, and the moment's gone. All my dreams pass before my eyes, a curiosity, dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind. Same old song, just a drop of water in an endless sea. All we do crumbles to the ground, or we refuse to see. Dust in the wind, all we are is dust in the wind. Now don't hang on, nothing lasts forever but the earth and sky. It sleeps away, and all your money won't another minute by. Dust in the wind, all we are is dust in the wind. Dust in the wind, everything is dust in the wind. Songs from a band in Kansas reminds us that we are just dust in the wind. We are stardust, but from stardust we always die from our and from the ashes we are getting reborn. It's an eternal process. We have no choice. No matter what our beliefs may be, whatever dies somewhere, there is a rebirth somewhere else. When something disappears somewhere, it is being replaced by something else. So it's an eternal cycle, and we are everything converges through our own consciousness. So it's about taking care of our own elevation as much as we can. And the card of the day is the 3 of Michael. It says breaking free from the past. It's a card that shows us to get free from the grief. It says you will come aggrandized from the situation you are living today. Time always heals the deepest wounds. So it's very much about accepting that we are eliminating all kinds of old fear, old doubts, old wounds. But as Michael says here, is that we all come aggrandized. So it's about being patient with ourselves and being in surrender, to be abandoned into life as much as possible. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.